big reason why we read comics is because we feel close to the characters. Our ego inflates when the main character shows off in some way or other, and similarly our ego deflates when they are defeated or they are spat on by the ever so annoying and condescending villains and bullies who we encounter in different stories. And in light of this, a question popped into my mind. Is there a link between sense of self and the parasocial relationship? The parasocial relationship thing, that thing that you've heard about everywhere. Yeah, that thing about the one-sided, non-reciprocal, strong as hell, long withstanding relationship you might have with a celebrity, or in this case, with a character. And it happens that a study in 2021 investigated this very phenomenon. And so that's what I'm here to talk about today. And if you have time though, just letting you know, read ABENI'S Army. Thank you very much. If you want to. I respect your boundaries. So bear with me, I'm gonna have to read their names because I did not memorize this. Zara P. Brody and Joanne Ingram at the University of the West of Scotland? University of the West of Scotland? Why not University of West Scotland? No clue. They published their paper in the journal called Psychology of Popular Media Culture. So let's start at the title. The title of the study is the dark triad of personality and hero/villain status as predictors of parasocial relationships with comic book characters. Essentially, what this is asking is, what factors predict your parasocial relationships with comic book, digital comics, or webcomic characters? And that's what this study is basically studying. Like I said, it's about figuring out whether the sense of self relates to parasocial relationships. Now their background research, their introduction, they essentially say what I already knew for a long time. While parasocial relationships with celebrities is very well understood, watch Ludwig's I'm Not Your Friend video, which really made me sad because even though he was spitting complete straight facts, I really love the guy. So I was like, damn. Is that how low I need you? Parasocial relationships with fictional characters in literature are also well studied, but we don't have too much investigation or investigative work into parasocial relationships with fictional characters in comics, and thus this study was aimed to further that knowledge and to add more information to this empty area of research. And that's, you know, it's my vibe. That's exactly what I was thinking when I was conducting my study and what I was discovering when I was reading a lot of papers, that this is needed. And so yes, I do like the ethos that they have here. So they investigated using various surveys that were created in numerous studies relating to the dark triad of personality, which is literally just 3 personality traits, and parasocial relationships, to test 277 participants to find out how their sense of self related to the parasocial relationships they felt with either hero or villain characters. So what they found may shock you. Just for context, I'm going to be using ABENI from ABENI'S Army and a certain creature to talk about heroes and villains, just to get a general easy reference and not at all to promote my story. There's no fucking way. So first of all, if you identified with the heroic character, the ABENI'S of the world, then you are more likely to be a narcissist, or at least to have narcissistic traits. That's kind of the first crucial finding. While this finding alone obviously cannot be extrapolated to every single person to say, oh, everybody who likes the heroes are kind of like narcissists, it is quite an interesting finding. I feel like it kind of touches upon the idea that we have to have self-confidence to a degree to really relate to the hero characters. But of course, it's too small of a finding to really make many kind of decisions, which is why we need to move on and see what else they found so we can actually make some proper assumptions. You would also be more likely to turn to ABENI for guidance, to express that you wanted to meet ABENI face to face. You wanted to sniff her smelly, beautiful toes. Don't know why I'm objectifying my character. You know, maybe sit across the table, talk to her, have a good chat, buy her some drinks, you know, as long as you're 13 as well. I forgot she's not of age currently. And you also wanted to hold a level of intimacy with her. Again, very platonic intimacy, you know, tapping on the shoulder, patting on the head, stuff like that. You know, you wanted to be intimate with that character. And in terms of narcissism, again, narcissism was the only trait in the dark triad. Sounds like something from Psyche K. What's his name? Kaido, the best boy in Psyche K. Like, what am I talking about? But yeah, the dark triad of personality. And I'm so sad. Narcissism was the one that predicted all these things, like guidance, wanting for face-to-face contact, things like that. The others, not so much. We know that narcissism predicts your desire for face-to-face contact with even ABENI or the creature, anyone really. But they did find that depending on whether you chose ABENI or the creature as your favorite character, would decrease or increase how much you wanted to see them. More specifically, if your favorite character was the creature, for instance, then if you had already had the desire to see the creature face to face, this desire would become stronger because your favorite character was the creature. Whereas if your favorite character was ABENI and you already had the desire to see her, your desire to see her would weaken. It's kind of complicated, but it does make a lot of sense if you think about it. Overall, this suggests that comic book based parasocial relationships may reflect a self-centered interpersonal process. You might be inside a bit of a narcissist, depending on who you choose as your preferred character and who you have the stronger parasocial relationship with. Meaning that if you have a better sense of self, not necessarily meaning that you're a narcissist. Although, like, if you're also a narcissist watching this, then like, that's okay too. I sat in here, everyone deserves love, do you know what I mean? Like, don't be ashamed. You may have a better reading experience. This is only because you might create more unique and meaningful bonds with different comic book characters. Individual difference in readers influences our experiences of comics. Yes, of all of these different types of comics. If you want to do one thing, then subscribe. Tell me who you like. Like, what characters do you like? What's one of your favorite characters? Because I hate when people ask me what's your favorite character, because I never know what my favorite character is. Do you understand what I mean? Like, who knows what their favorite character is? Unless, like, if you're talking about comics, or no, if you're talking about, I know who my favorite superhero is. That's Batman, okay? Batman, hands down, right? But if you're talking about favorite character, I don't know if it's him, bro. There's other people. There's other characters. If you're talking about favorite comic characters, well, I still don't even know if it's him. Yeah. Anyways, let me know who your favorite character is. And then I say a quirky goodbye. 짠네, 안녕, 짠, 맞다네. I never say 맞다네. 맞다네, 맞다라이시. 답은 맞다라이시. 커. 맞다라이라이시. Or matarairaishi, depending on my schedule. Probably not though. I'll probably be at least like 2-3 weeks latest. 맞다네.